We are now recording the September 16th, 2016 Small Business Accounting Advisors. Hello, everybody.
Hello.
Hello.
Welcome to Happy Hour.
Welcome to Happy Hour. That's exactly right. Well, the first thing that we have to do is say congratulations to Sarah on her zero certification. Yay, Sarah!
Yay, Sarah!
Thank you. I'm excited.
Oh, that is exciting. So we have someone new with us today. Rebecca, would you like to tell us a little bit about yourself?
Sure. I'm Rebecca McAllister. I'm in Portland, Oregon, and I am an enrolled agent and licensed tax consultant in a small firm downtown. And we specialize in artists and entertainers and small business owners and creative professionals, basically, is kind of our niche. And Sarah invited me to join, and so that's me.
Well, welcome to our happy hour. Happy to have you here.
Thanks.
Next, we're going to talk about Joanne's video that she created for QB Connect. This is awesome. Joanne, you rock with social media. Let me just say that.
You liked it?
I did.
Awesome.
You want to give it, are you able to give us a little preview?
I don't know. Well, I don't know with the connection if I can be able to do it, but we'll give it a shot. Let's
Or
see.
we can put it in chat and I'll put it in the description later.
Yeah.
But everybody should look at Joanne's video.
Yeah, I'll see if I can.
So when you do it right, this is what it looks like.
Here, I'll see if I can. Let's see. I'll probably have to unplug this so you guys can see this. So I shared it on my one page.
Oh, awesome.
And
QuickBooks Connect 2016.
let's see. Where
What's
is
it
it?
all about?
Yeah, here we go.
Should What's in the store?
Oops.
Would you like to know? QuickBooks Connect is an annual conference that's being put on by Intuit, the makers of the QuickBooks family of products. This year, the date for the conference is October 24th to 26th in San Jose, California. And it is a 3-day event, packed, filled, like literally filled with amazing
All right, let's go to the good
this
stuff, all right?
conference
Hang on, let's.
should keep more efficiently and more functionally for your business. This conference is just jam-packed. Intuit also brings even a concert. So Tuesday night, there is an amazing concert that is going to be put on by Third Eye Blind. Intuit knows how to put on a conference. I'm telling you. The reason why I know is because I've been there. I went to my first QuickBooks Connect conference last year in 2015. I got so much out of that conference last year. And I connected hard with my fellow colleagues, my fellow peers in the accounting industry. I connected hard with the vendors that I absolutely love. I got to talk with the people at 17 Hats. I got to talk with T-Sheets. I got to talk with Receipt Bank and Expensify and all these apps that you really need to be able to look at, start integrating into your practice, into your business in order to make your business a better version of your business. And I remember going, I guess it's pretty much
Mike McAllister.
Awesome. Stacy. Thanks, Stacy.
By yourself.
That was great.
Ridiculous. I get in there. Hey, girl, get in the store. No, it was ridiculous. So today, let's give a shout out to everybody out there dancing with us. Shout out.
I connected with mentors, people that I've looked up to in the industry. I got so much out of that conference that I just wanted to show you guys my little video montage that I did about from my time at QuickBooks Connect, and hopefully that will inspire you to come to QuickBooks Connect 2016 and hang out with me.
Cool. Oh, that's great.
And then we did a little bit of
And
Oprah.
asked me to speak about.
And then this is the good part here. Yeah.
Are you a brand? I'd say no, I'm not a brand. I'm a person.
I think Debbie's coming up in one of these pictures.
There's Marietta.
Yep.
Oh, those are those petty things that you're riding in.
All right, I beat out Oprah. You beat out Oprah. Some petty camp guy beat out Oprah. Sorry. You're mine, Oprah. Sorry, Oprah. Actually, I got to meet Robert Herjavec. Yeah, that was.
And then we got, this is the best part though, the concert.
Katrina,
You got, that's where you're going to be this year.
yeah.
I have the honor this year of being asked to be part of a branding panel that is one of the breakout sessions that you can potentially attend at QuickBooks Connect 2016. So come look me up Wednesday, 12:45. It will be a branding panel that is titled Branding Your Business Without Breaking Your Budget. I know accountants, bookkeepers, and business owners are very budget conscious and I'm very cost benefit conscious of how much money to invest and spend on advertising and marketing and branding yourself and branding your business. So this panel is going to be for those people that are interested in learning some of the panelists' tips and tricks on how they branded themselves successfully without breaking the budget. So if that's something that you're interested in, that you think you can take advantage of for your business, then make sure you head on over to our session. And I would love to meet you. QuickBooks Connect 2016. Consider making this investment in your business. I promise you, you won't regret it.
Awesome, Joanne. You rock.
Yeah. I love that video. I've never seen anybody in our community, in our accounting groups, do a video like that ever.
No, I haven't
It's
either.
awesome. And I mean, you're talented. It's an art for you.
I love doing that. That's like my playtime. When I edit videos like that, that's like my playtime.
I just love too the pictures that you have with all these people, friends. It's really nice. Even the music in the background.
I'm a selfie.
You are the selfie queen.
I am the selfie.
Selfies.
When I go to any conference, it's all I want to do is take selfies.
That's Joanne's mission.
Yeah, that is. But it was fun, and it was it was it was a requirement that I had to do for being on a panel. One of the things they want to do is they want you to promote your panel that you're doing and make sure you get something out there, whether it was a blog post or something. And I just don't like doing plain blog posts, so I figured I'll do a video because that's what I like to do.
That's where you're at. Awesome. Awesome.
Excellent. That's awesome. Yeah, it's beautiful. I love it. It makes me smile. It makes me laugh. It gets me giddy.
Yeah, there was just so much. Like when I started looking through the pictures and the videos and stuff, I'm like, there are so many people that I met there. Like I couldn't even fit them all in. I tried as best I could to fit as many people in as I could, but
and then you feel bad if you forget anybody.
I know. And I was digging through. It took me like the two pictures I could not find that I knew I had was me and Doug Sleater and Dawn. Me and Dawn. And I had one with Stacy Kildell I could not find.
Aww.
So I was mad about that one. So, but I got as many as I could. But it took me forever, but I finally found those other pictures. I think they were up and way back in my Instagram feed. I did find them.
Awesome. Awesome. Well, if everybody doesn't know by now, we'll let them know. We had a global bookkeeping event Wednesday that went on all day long. It was part of the ICB USA Global Bookkeepers Week, where they celebrate bookkeepers. It was absolutely awesome. Started early in the morning and ended like 9:30, 10 o'clock at night for me. But I woke up with Florida and went to bed with Oregon.
Went to bed with
Yeah, you did.
And stopped a lot of different places along the way. Met many new Canadian friends, met many new Australian friends, met United Kingdom friends. Some of the people were, oh my gosh, I felt like a real insignificant flea next to them.
Eileen Sass was there too. That was awesome.
Yeah, she was there for quite a while.
She was really nice.
So yeah, some high-powered people. We got to meet Jerry Murphy and talk to her, which was a very awesome experience for me.
That was a treat. I loved it.
She's one of your faves, Yvette.
Yep.
She's out of Australia.
Thanks to Dennis, he introduced me to her.
There you go, Dennis.
Online.
Yeah, online.
That's right. I do remember. We could probably go back to one of our earlier hangouts and hear you listening or suggesting that Yvette start following Jerry. Well, she gave me a new name to think about. Cloud
Integrators.
Cloud Integrator. I had something else written down here. Interceptor. No, Integrator.
Is it like Zapier and that kind of thing?
Well, what she's talking about, see, we are all bookkeepers, but with all the apps and everything that are coming out now, you need to do more than just bookkeeping. You need to be able to connect apps to your financial software. And what she's talking about is the actual connecting of the apps, like connecting your T-sheets to your QBO. Now, in her case, it would have been Xero because she's a big Xero person. She's currently now reviewing Xero and QBO side by side. So it's interesting to watch her post and see what her comparison is.
I was really happy you brought it up, Gina, because that's kind of what I want to really focus in as well. It's a hard, daunting task to integrate things into the program when you have them separate and you don't know how to integrate them into your financial program. And so I really appreciated you bringing it up and talking about it.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. It is something, and it gets even more complicated when you start having 3 or 4 apps that integrate.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the other thing is, I don't know if any of you have experienced any problems, any syncing problem. I'm going to use Sarah Laidlaw's word and say that the program burps.
She's so cute, Sarah.
I know.
Adorable.
I know. But yeah, I've seen that happen, and I've had that experience, and it's really difficult then to disentangle all of the transactions that are happening. Sometimes it's easier just to delete and re-enter. But you start doing bill.com to QBO, and you know, where exactly is that payment? Has the payment been made? Has it been applied? Is it still in your accounts payable? So it's not so easy, and it is something that's going to be coming up more and more. I see that happening a lot. So beyond the connecting and setting up, you've got the maintenance that you have to deal with too. So,
Or how if QuickBooks or Xero get corrupted, how is that going to impact the add-ins and vice versa?
repeat your question.
Okay, and there's a comment that if Xero or QBO gets corrupted, it could impact the add-ins because of the links. And if the add-ins get corrupted, it could impact QBO or
Absolutely.
Of the links. So
Absolutely. And so you have to know where to start. And well, actually, you need to know the process. You need to know the mapping between the apps to be able to understand what's happening with that. And
or how the different apps, integrate or fight with each other,
Absolutely, absolutely. You could be using T-Sheets, and you could be using Bill.com, and you could be using QBO.
On the subject, did you guys read this article by Accounting Web? I think it came out yesterday, called "The Future of Accounting is Not Defined by Technology." Did you guys, any of you read that?
No, I saw it, but I didn't have a chance to do much reading yesterday.
Yeah, neither did I. I just kind of glanced through it. I was curious to see if anybody did and what their thoughts were.
Do you have a link you can post in the chat?
Yeah, I'm going to post it right now.
Thank you.
So yeah, all these things are coming up. Interesting. So it's taking our expertise to a different level.
Yeah.
And so we're not only going to be crunching numbers. One of the big conversations in the global was that the softwares are saying that data entry is going to be a thing of the past, making it look like bookkeepers are not needed any longer.
Oh, I think they're always going to be needed.
They're always going to be needed. They're always going to be needed. Their role will change is what's happening. But you know what I would like to see even more? The name change to be more appropriate, which is why I like to hear things about cloud integrator, or, my favorite one is an accounting tech. That's what I'm using right now. Kind of.
I like also trusted advisor.
Trusted advisor works, yes. So we need new names for what it is that we're doing.
What does Chris Regan call it again? Financial accounting? He had a name too. To move away from bookkeeping or bookkeepers. Here's a name he used. I don't remember.
So, yeah, interesting. It'll be interesting to see how it evolves. And it may or may not evolve the way that the people are talking about now. Everybody that knows what's going to happen is talking about the future.
Yeah, and I think people that say that there's not going to be any use for bookkeepers, I think to me, when I hear that, I just feel like we don't have the slightest clue about what we do.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. And that, I think, is another reason that we need another name for bookkeepers. I think bookkeepers lets people think that you're sitting there all day long just typing in numbers, brainlessly not doing anything else. That's not the case.
I think the data entry demand is going to go down, but it's going to require a higher level of accounting knowledge to be able to make sense of the systems and even know if the entries are reasonable.
Yeah.
That being said, recently, a couple months ago, I got this client, and they did all their entries themselves, and they hired me to actually clean the books and to just kind of go over everything before they filed an extension for their corporate returns, and lots of stuff in it. And sure enough, all these entries that were miscategorized or shouldn't even be on the books, or should have been, it could have been a liability or an asset or needed to be depreciated, so forth. I don't even know how the CPA or the enrolled agent did their the taxes the prior years, because none of the end of the, journal entries, adjusting journal entries for the end of the year were never recorded, So it's proof that we don't just do a data entry. Data entry, anybody can do that. Just put it in a bucket, But to know.
To make sense of the numbers.
Exactly.
To know what a profit and loss is, and a balance sheet. Profit and losses are fairly easy. That's income and outgo.
Right.
The balance sheet is what trips people off the most. That's the
Okay.
most misunderstood report.
Right. Well, and a lot of times people will put a car payment on the profit and loss, and that includes both principal and interest. And so I think it's more quality control than anything else. I don't think you can get a robot to do the quality control. Somebody has to understand what's going on.
Yeah, and if it's not done properly, it can cost you, not only in the bookkeeping aspect part of it, getting an accountant or, a really seasoned bookkeeper to really put in the entries where they're supposed to go. It could cost them a lot in
Paying taxes. Paying taxes.
Really?
Absolutely, absolutely. You enter something as income when it was money that you contributed from your own personal bank account. You're going to be paying a lot more taxes than you need to.
I just filed an S-Corp at 9 o'clock last night, and it was because the QuickBooks file was such an ungodly mess. She had, the person that did it had combined personal and business accounts, was paying the mortgage payments and not amortizing, so it had all these negative balances, had a total negative balance on the balance sheet.
Yep.
So the bookkeeper I was working with, she cleaned it up, and I got it about 8 o'clock last night.
Oh, my goodness.
So I could avoid getting the failure to file penalty.
Well, you know what I saw the CPA do one time to someone that brought in some really unrealistic numbers. Balance sheet was all crazy like that with negative numbers. And the CPA took one look at it and he said, this shows you're bankrupt. So it opened up the business owner's eyes as to why, more should do that, actually, I think. Say it in a way that, guess what? Wake up. How can you run your business that way?
Well, I think it gets back to
Corporations, they have these huge, all of a sudden, they have these net amount that's so high, and they're going to pay a lot of taxes if they would have just done everything properly, and then they could have paid themselves more on the payroll, so they wouldn't have to pay so much in taxes.
Absolutely, absolutely.
I had one client that was mapping half of their expenses to accounts payable, so he had this huge negative accounts payable balance. And I'm thinking, well, he's probably paid more income taxes than he should have because he's missing about half of his expenses.
See, that again is another example.
Yeah.
Accounts receivable.
Yeah.
Accounts receivable is another thing. People don't clean them up, and those numbers stay on the books as income. Guess what? You're paying more taxes.
Yeah, doubling your income by not, with QuickBooks, it's, the not running through the receive payments function.
Absolutely, absolutely. Well, speaking of Intuit and payment solutions, Linda has something she wants to tell us.
Yes. I had a demo yesterday with Sage Payment Solutions. I did not realize that Sage Payment Solutions integrates with both QuickBooks Online and QuickBooks Desktop. Who knew? And so I went through the demo, and it was very interesting. Now let me share my screen and show you this. And the next thing I'll show, so this is 4 pages here, and they will process it. It's a little bit, works a little bit like Avalara. In other words, there's another little software program that's the Sage Payment Solutions that goes down on your taskbar at the bottom. And then you can also email out, and there's a link for them to send back the payment. It comes automatically back to your QuickBooks and gets deposited in the bank account.
Which is nice.
The Sage Payment Solutions will actually hold up to 10 different credit cards for each of your clients. So you can switch between those credit cards when you're accepting payment for them. And then let me go to the next one. Where's the next one? Here it is, 4. Here we go. And there. So they have a lot of customers. Best Buy uses them. Looks like the American Heart Association, Harley Davidson, Better Business Bureau, Domino's. American Red Cross. All these people use Sage Payment Solutions, and it integrates. And there's no extra charges.
Like authorized.net?
Authorized.net and that. Now, I'm going to close that one and show you the one underneath there. Wait, here we go. No, I'm just going to cancel. I'm going to go to the partner program. This is an excellent, and it reminds me a lot of T-Sheets or one of the others. I'm trying, how can I get to two? So you get residual income. Right now you can sign up to be a partner for like $147 a year. So you get a dedicated account manager. Mine is named Jamie Jones, and I like her very much. We spent about an hour together, and she answered all my questions. And you get a personal IT, a dedicated IT person. So if you end up with any IT problems with the programs working together and that, you've got that. Then there's the Sage payment, and they give you bonuses too. You know how they all do that. I guess they want to make their balance sheet look good. So, and all you have to do is fill in a W-9 form, fill out an authorization for direct payments, and include a copy. There's got to be another form to sign that says you're signing up for it, but that's it. And now I'm looking to get those three forms so that I can sign up. But I notice a lot of times you see people that are having problems with their merchant processing. And it seems as if, and the other thing that's neat about this, and it reminded me a little bit of they lock the price in for 3 years, which is nice. Whatever price you're getting, it's locked in for 3 years. I'm not sure quite where that is, but now let me go back to.
And I'm assuming this is PCI compliant, right?
It's just another merchant services. That's all it is. I'm trying to.
But it works with QuickBooks.
She showed me. I watched
Intuit Payment Solutions was the only thing I knew that actually did that.
Let me.
But now you're saying Sage is too, which is awesome.
Great. So if we're interested, I told her we meet every Friday afternoon. She's actually on the West Coast. I think she may be in Portland, where Rebecca is. But she might be around the Bay Area. I'm not sure. But she said she could do a demo for us. And I told her I'd check to see the next month that we had an available Friday. So
October. Yeah.
And it takes about a half an hour for the demo, and then she can answer all kinds of questions. So
awesome. Maybe we'll get we'll be able to get Tar back.
You know, what's really interesting about Sage is I think they compartmentalize all the different pieces and compartments. And I think Sage Payment Solutions is actually a separate company under Sage.
Okay. That doesn't surprise me because they have so many different products and levels of products.
Yes. So I haven't talked to Tar lately. He helped me with that one client, and I think he helped her out. But
awesome.
Yeah.
Okay. Is there anything anyone wants to bring up?
I had about a couple weeks ago, I met at my accounting group. We had a speaker from the IRS on future state of the IRS, which sounds to me a real disaster.
Surprise.
Yeah. Well, they're so concerned about identity theft, and now they're going to go to, getting rid of the people and just relying on computer systems. And
that's going to get rid of the identity theft, I'm sure.
Yeah. And I was talking to the guy, and he said, I've known him for about 10 years, and said, is this really a good idea? I mean, you had problems with identity theft and all this, and you got people that don't really, the average person doesn't really understand technology. That one says, well, perhaps, no, probably, no, absolutely it's going to be a problem.
Typical IRS speak.
This is, I'm retired, so I put in for retirement, so I don't care,
So now they are going to automation too? Is that what you're saying, Dennis?
They're trying to, since they don't have enough staff to handle everything, they're trying to streamline work and the way the IRS and their computer systems. I'm just very skeptical this is not going to have some hiccups, so to speak.
Oh, I'm
That's-
sure that it will.
That's kind of the goal. And he was saying that as far as tax returns go, that the preparer, held pretty firm, in terms of numbers, but where the real growth was the increase of self-prepared returns. And I asked him if there's any correlation between audits and self-prepared returns. Figures, so it was interesting.
So that means that your business is going to be more corporations and businesses.
Well, the 1040s become such a commodity anyway,
So you're not going to compete with H&R Block, huh?
Actually, H&R Block isn't all that cheap anymore, from what I've heard.
That's true. So you think they're going to give up any auditors, or are they going to give up phone support and you're just on your own, and if you can't figure it out?
Well, they want to have people use the website more.
They think that's going to
What
work?
else is new?
Probably not. I mean, people are confused enough about taxes, let alone trying to figure out going to different websites to get answers,
Absolutely.
What really sucks is that we used to have access as preparers and consultants and enrolled agents. We could do a power of attorney, we could access things online, and they're going towards a direction where they want the taxpayer to log in and access when they have no idea what's going on. So
Well, it used to be you could do it online. Now you have to, since they cut that out because of budget constraints, and no one was using it except maybe me.
I was using it.
Two people. We got two people that were using it.
Yeah, and so now it takes like maybe 2 weeks to get the power of attorney, assuming they don't lose it or whatever. Yes. And then actually, I like that they have the courtesy disconnects, where if you get on the phone long enough, the system hangs you up automatically to be save your time, I guess, and call back. But that's gotten better. Actually, I haven't had to wait 2 hours at a time for somebody to help me.
Well, that's because you're hung up on after the first hour.
Or not help.
They're telling you
that right there is creative marketing. Really, really hung up on you and really don't want you to call back, but they're making it seem like, oh, it's such a good thing. We're just gonna
make it convenient for you.
It's just a convenient thing that we just hung up on you after you wait that long.
Yeah, we're saving your time.
We're saving your time.
You're wasting 2 hours instead of.
Right. Yeah,
that's very courteous to me. So.
Not at all. So, Misha.
Yeah?
You've been hanging out with Joanne.
Oh. Yes.
The truth is coming out.
I know. I'm like, what did I do?
Red Riding Hood.
Joanne, where are you?
We call it virtual co-working, and put the little trademark at the end.
Yep.
Yep. TM. So what we do, it started last tax season, and I think, I don't even remember. I think I needed a question. You happened to be in the office, so I Zoomed her and I asked her and everything. And then we stayed on the call, and she was working and I was working, and I found that I got a ton of work done and she got a ton of work done. Yeah. So then we started doing it on a regular basis.
So now she's like the third person in my office. I have Janine behind me, Jesse in the other room, and now they all talk to Misha. They're like, "Hi, Misha." Yep. So. But the interesting thing that happened today was, and what happens is that, like, I'll be doing something and sometimes it's like you just want like a second eye, or, well, what do you think of this? Or Misha's like, well, I've never come across this before. How would you handle that? And we kind of just bounce things off, just like as if you were in an office and you had, a coworker that you would ask for help or support. So we started talking about QBox, and it was funny because for some reason, my QBox was not, like, I had to log on every month and pay for it. Like it wasn't automatic. And I thought I set it up as automatic and I just never dealt with it. You know what I mean? I'm like, yeah, every month I just got to push the button, whatever. So Misha's like, well, let me email Chris and see, you know, if I can fix it for you. So she CC'd me on it and no response. So today we were talking about it again. And I'm just like, you know, QuickBooks is the, you know, or not QuickBooks. QBox is the SHITs, you know, it's like the best. I love it. It's like the best thing that's happened to my desktop part of practice, you know, as far as implementing that on my clients and stuff. And I go, but I just wish I could fix this thing. So she gets Chris on the phone and starts talking to him about me, and she gets him in the Zoom. So we were Zooming for like 15 minutes with Chris from QBox, who fixed my problem.
Yay!
And then we started talking about QuickBooks Connect and stuff like that. So it was talking about potentially being an associate for QBox, since I use it a lot and just absolutely love it. So yeah, it was fun. And that was all inside of Zoom.
Has anybody tried the new QuickBooks Desktop? That's out, isn't it? The 2007.
Yeah, no, not yet.
Haven't loaded it yet. Going to though.
Me neither. I just kind of, it looked interesting as far as on the audit trail, and there was something else on it. You could tell what the, you know, I just glanced at the article by Charlie. So.
Yes.
Well, I may be installing it next week on a client's desktop. I haven't decided yet. This is a client. She has QuickBooks 2014, and it just is not working well on her computer. So when I talked to her and I looked at it, I said, you know, just upgrade. I think that could fix your problem.
Is she on Windows 7 or 10?
Well, she started out on Windows 7 and then upgraded to 10, but then moved her QuickBooks 2014 to 10. So
you might want to check her settings.
Well, I want her to upgrade.
Oh. Are they selling 2017 now to clients?
Monday.
I believe it'll be available Monday.
Yeah.
Right. Now, we've gotten a preview of it, and I have downloaded it. Seems like a lot of new interesting things, not real big changes. This is not a big change here. So I'm considering just installing 2017 because she hates the installation process. She doesn't want to do anything with migrating. So I kind of feel like 2016 is outdated at this point. Might as well do 2017.
It is.
But I usually when I'm gonna have my clients upgrade to another, I always wait for the bugs to be fixed first.
And that is my thing, you know. I
don't ever give them the first, you know, when it first comes out, because when it first come out, you use it, and then you find that stuff, number one, isn't fixed properly or loaded properly, or they forgot to do something. So I always wait until the first release comes out, and then once that comes out, make sure those are all working, and then I say, yeah, go ahead and, you know, you can go ahead and install it.
I thought she waited until the third version or the third update. I mean, I guess the second is if something went terribly wrong, they put that out, but I think they go from like 1 to 3 as far as the updates.
Well, honestly, Dennis, they've had bad stuff happen further in.
Yeah, I agree.
They needed to do critical updates and stuff. So it doesn't really.
She's been experiencing that black screen thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that just like freaks her out. Rebecca has a little.
Well, make sure that you rebuild her data file.
Well, absolutely.
Before you take it to 17.
Absolutely, absolutely. Thank you, Linda. That is actually part of my SOP. I mean, like when other people install, or if you even call into it to have them install, they will install the new version right over top of the old version.
I don't usually do that. I leave both versions
right? You're just pulling those problems forward. No. First thing that we do is back up and make a copy. That's step number 1 to begin with. Then we'll do the verification, make sure everything is fine.
Perfect.
We may do the round trip via the porta copy. Right. Depending on what I see when I look at the inside of it. So we'll clean it up and then we'll move it to the new version.
Sure.
So, but again, I'm not sure, am I going to do 16 or 17?
I would do 17 because that gets her a whole other year.
That's what I'm thinking, but I'm still like with Misha. Do I want to? She's not one of the type of people that can do well with bugs at all, which is why I'm installing the software for her. She wants nothing to do with installations, nothing to do with my grading. If we put her on 16, she's going to stay on 16 until 18 comes out. But
and what kind of work does she do? Let me try to make sure I stay away from her.
Sports teams, actually.
See, not my area. I'm good.
Yeah.
No, because it's like if you're a business person and you're trying to run a business and you're trying to make money, why would you not? What is it about getting the best thing you can get to make sure that you're doing a really good job for your clients is so terrifying?
Well, let me say this, Misha. Not everyone is so interested in making profits. That was a lesson I had to learn.
I'm saying, what now? Wait, huh?
Some people, it's kind of like a lifestyle, micropreneurs, you know.
Right. Now, she's married and she has 2 boys that are into this sport that she's doing.
Got it.
So her husband makes enough money to support the household end. So she really does not need a job. She's doing this
as a hobby?
Yeah, except that she has to make a little money so she can do a Schedule C and write off some of her expenses.
So she can cover her expenses.
There you go.
Gotta love Linda, voice of reason over there.
Yeah, Linda's just Linda. Yeah, okay, Linda.
Everybody's different. Everybody's different.
That's all good.
And I can't move her off of desktop because she's doing batch invoicing. She has these teams. She'll have like 15 kids on a team, and she has probably about 10 teams. So when she's doing the invoicing, she does it per team.
Got it.
Or per, and the teams are divided further into different classes. Some are by year. Then she has a white, a blue, a red division kind of thing. So she'll do invoicing like on the red division. That'll be exactly the same. It's time for them to start paying. They actually go out and rent facilities for them to do this sport at. So there are expenses involved that she has to keep track of. So she is just a housewife, a mother, doing this for the kids. So she wants nothing to do with, nothing to do with the technology part of it. She wants to do what she can do, and if she needs to install anything, upgrade anything, she's going to give me a call and say, come do this for me.
Yeah, well, and then she doesn't mind upgrading once every 2 years. That's fine.
Right. So do I upgrade
once every 3 years?
17.
Got it.
So that'll be.
I'm got nothing to say.
Why not?
Because we're in mixed company.
I appreciate your opinion. We don't all have to agree.
I know, but I'll be nice. If you don't have something nice to say.
Okay.
Anything at all.
Don't say anything at all. So I'm just gonna sit here.
Okay.
Well, thanks for letting us know that you have nothing nice to say. So that you're just, that was so passive aggressive. You just threw it up there.
Right over the fence, baby.
Thanks for letting us know.
HFB.
So has
Sorry, that's
anybody else experienced the
That's an
person
inside
that really isn't interested so much in profits as they are doing what they do? No?
I don't know. The people I find make the money and refuse to pay for services. That's what I'm encountering.
Ooh.
She has no problem paying my fees.
Like it's like you need the service you need, so you need to pay for that service. They are, how do I say this, miserly, and they then screw everything up. And yeah. So that's
you
the
have
kind of
compliance you need to fire.
those are the kinds of people I'm running into, and I'm to the point now where I'm like, okay, so that's what you want to do? Okay, you can do that. Let me refer you down the street to X, Y, and Z company.
I have a client who was a sales manager when he was an employee, and he seems to think that increasing sales is the solution for every problem. And I try to tell him I think he's going to grow himself into bankruptcy, but some people just don't want to listen.
Absolutely. If it costs you more to do your business.
That Dennis right there, I don't know.
Oh, we have Deb coming on.
I think
Hey, can you see me? I'm at Disney World with my clients.
Oh, that is awesome, Deb.
No, we can't see you. We can only hear you.
I'm trying to get the video so I can figure. Okay, there we go. All right, I'm on the monorail. Say hi, everybody. Hi. I'm on the monorail here at Disney World with my clients for a team building day. I don't mean to interrupt, but.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are currently holding for further traffic clearance. Stay clear of all of the doors. If advantage, please continue to hold over handrails.
That's great.
Sounds like an
Oh my
airport.
word, she's hilarious.
Deb has so much fun.
We all dressed up as the 7 dwarves, so here we are for Scary Halloween. I'll put it on mute because I know I can't hear what you're saying, and
Which dwarf for you?
Huh?
Which dwarf for you?
I'm happy. What else would I be? Happy.
I don't know. I'm just throwing it out there. I'm throwing it up for Misha, and I don't know. Misha's
Grumpy.
Joanne, HFB.
I'll mute myself so you can go back to what you were talking about, but I just wanted to say hi to everybody.
All right. Have fun. So that's the awesome part of our hangout. Anybody can join from anywhere, even the monorail in Disney. Love you, Dad.
That's
awesome.
Fun.
Wow.
We have Alexa that's joined us. I just saw her. Are you with us? Can you speak? Do you want to talk to us? Do you want to show your cam?
I don't have a camera hooked up, and I'm trying to work at the same time. This is the first time I've joined, so it's just a riot to listen to all of you guys.
Well, welcome. I'm glad you could join us.
I know, we put happy in the hour.
That's right. That's our mission.
So just to be clear, what time is this? Well, I'm on Pacific time, but wherever you are, what time is this it's every Friday?
2:30.
Every Friday, yes.
2:30 our time, Alexa.
Say that again?
It's 2:30 our time, Pacific time.
Okay.
Because
Okay.
1 hour.
yeah.
Put that on my calendar so I can catch you.
Cool.
Hey, Alexa, were you able to contact Intuit?
About the website, I haven't gotten it to the point yet to run it by them, but I
Okay.
got the information from Yvette.
Yeah, that's me.
There are too many, you can't see everybody on the screen all at one time. Well, I'm on my iPad, so maybe that makes a difference.
Oh, it does. It absolutely does.
There's different, I think if you swipe left or right, you should be able to change the views. You have one person, then you can see I believe you can see the whole group.
Right, but to figure out who's talking, then you keep swiping back and forth to try and
Right, because it will light up with the person that on the tablet. It will light up with whoever's speaking at the time, and it will shift and shift.
which is happening with you right now.
Yep.
You should have seen Seth's hangout this morning. We had, what, maybe 28 people or something like that.
Yeah, that's the most I've ever seen on a hangout.
Wow.
Yeah.
28 people. Woo.
You
Gina,
can go up to 50, right?
I think you can, yeah.
Is it?
What do we have coming up for speakers?
We really don't at this point.
Okay.
Linda had talked about bringing on the stage payment solution person.
Mhm.
I thought we had 2 set up already. No?
We've gone through all the ones so far this year. So, and
We're looking
anyone,
October.
October, yes. Yes.
I'm pretty sure I could get Jamie Jones to do it in October.
Okay. Okay. Just tell them a Friday at
Okay.
2:30 your time, 5:30 my time.
Right.
Pick a Friday and we'll send the information and
Yeah,
it'll be interesting.
and then we'll ask her to put together a little promo kind of thing, and we'll advertise it, and then we'll do it. So I'm looking at October. Looks like for my calendar, October's pretty well available. There's no events competing for Friday afternoon.
What if we did, have you guys heard of Spotlight reporting?
We haven't done that one. Do you have a contact there, Sarah?
Well, I met this gentleman, Sam, at Firm of the Future, and they weren't allowed, the groups that were there weren't really allowed to do demos. They were allowed to kind of talk about stuff, but not really do a full demo. But I thought it was an interesting program. And I guess it's really popular on Zero, but they're trying to, you know, obviously work with the Intuit members as well. But I thought it would be kind of interesting to reach out and maybe they could show us their program. You know, that crunch boards thing that we saw?
Like a financial type dashboard thing?
Mm-hmm. But this one was pretty neat. It's a little different, too.
Hey, Gina.
Yes?
I talked to Sam at ZeroCon and asked him if he wanted to do a presentation for this group, and he'd be totally into it.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, it's a product, you know, much like Fathom.
Yeah.
And even if you just use their basic reporting feature, it's good.
Okay.
Yeah,
So it's October to Linda, so it would be November. And whoever brings up the demo, I'm going to ask that you be present during the date of the demo, and try and be there early so that you can help them through technical difficulties.
Sure.
The other thing is, I really want the vendors to come a little bit early.
Yes.
I appreciate them coming, but I asked them to come at 5 because I want to go through the technical things with them.
Yes.
Our guys for Zero at our last demo, I really was not happy with his sound. But at that point, there wasn't a lot we could do. Once we're live and on air, we can't just stop in the middle for somebody that's having technical problems.
Right.
So I'm going to ask that they come a little bit early, that they make sure their cam is working, that they make sure that their sound is working properly. The other thing that's happened on demos, it again is poor internet connection, where they're dropping in and out, they're cutting off, you know, or they're on, you know, oh, let me do this on my iPad. I'm sorry, if you're going to give a demo, it should be from a desktop or a laptop.
Right.
I prefer the desktop because it has more power and you get less of that type of problem. But the minimum, I would say, would be a laptop. So if a vendor's coming on and they want to give a demo, I really do want them to be able to do it technically correct and not just fly by night on an iPad or something.
Yeah.
Katrina, are you going to reach out? Will you reach out to Sam?
Yeah, sure, I can do that.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll have to, I guess, get with you, Gina, for a concrete date?
Well, if November, anytime in November, I would stay away from the Thanksgiving weekend.
Yeah.
Yeah, it will be silly.
But once you contact him and he gives you a date, email me and I will send the information. I have a canned letter that I put together and explain what I expect and, you know, all of that kind of thing, what they should be doing. So.
Okay.
That would be
I'll
awesome.
let them pick which Friday they want during the month. And then
First part of the month.
Okay.
The
that
first,
would
yeah,
be nice. The first part of the month I think is good because, well, at the end of the month we have QuickBooks Connect, but it's not on Friday. So, how many people are going to QuickBooks Connect?
Well, of course you are, Joanne.
Beth, you're going, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm going. I have my ticket, but I'm kind of some stuff.
I have a room. I'll share a bed with you.
What was that?
I said I have a room. Oh no, I'll let you have one of the two beds.
I was going to say, can we
I
take
know what you meant.
Yes, we're going to get really wild.
I already have my room. I'm staying at the same place we stayed at last time, at the Marriott.
I'm at the Townhouse Motel, which is next to the Radisson.
Yeah, I like the Marriott. It's right there and it's convenient.
Oh, it is. I remember the Marriott.
Yeah.
So I'll bet you can get a room there.
Yeah, I already did. I booked it 2 months ago.
Oh, good, good.
Are you going, Dennis?
300 a night was out of my, or 259 a night was out of my my range.
Yeah.
So.
Someone is calling Katrina. Hey, Katrina.
Sorry.
So I want to answer Larry's question, which I guess I'm a little late doing because he was talking about upgrade processes.
Yes.
QB upgrade process is different, on-site and cloud-based.
Well, I brought it up because you were talking about your issue. You were going to upgrade this lady, and
I actually, when I'm doing upgrades, go on-site in those cases, unless they are far away and they do happen to be. And even then, I may find somebody in their area to go out to their facility and do it. I mean, 99% of the time, it goes smoothly and there is no problem. But you'll have that 1% of the time when, like, the firewall interferes. And last time, a problem I had was the people had Norton as their security software. And when they had purchased the computer, it came with McAfee. So when the McAfee subscription ran out, they didn't think about anything, you know, they didn't uninstall it. They didn't do anything. But McAfee set the firewall very high and would not allow you to turn it off. You had to actually uninstall the program before you could get things through. So problems like that, you know, you actually want to be on site to see what's happening.
yeah, I can see that. Wow.
Yeah, I was really surprised. I was very surprised at that, as a matter of fact. To me, it seemed like commando things, you know, oh, we'll fix you. If you don't subscribe, we're not going to let you do anything now.
I think, too, probably some of those programs might block you if you're trying to tunnel in with, like, you know, the log me in type of things.
Oh, right. Absolutely. Absolutely. So I want to have as least resistance as possible. Again, you know, and I tell the people I expect to take, you know, maybe an hour. And I always pad it by an extra half an hour because you never know what's going to happen. And it's very easy to say, oh, look, everything went smooth and I'm done early, as opposed to being there for another 4 hours trying to figure out what the problem is. So, yeah, those type of things I do on site. I do. And actually, I'm not minding going on site as much these days because I do so much virtually. It's kind of nice to get out of the office every now and again.
Yeah, that's good.
So, yeah, I'm finding that happening now. And actually, when I talk to all of our global people, everybody in Australia that came in, everybody in the UK that came in, told me they were totally virtual. Totally virtual.
Wow.
Yeah, the other question I asked is, does anybody write checks anymore? And the answer was an absolute, almost 100% across the board, no.
Yep.
Australia is so way far advanced from us in our banking system. They are able to, they told me that there was not one bank that they could think of that they couldn't connect to their software and have it download properly. Wouldn't that be a lovely situation?
What was the Canada one? She was saying how she is able to, out of a certain software, say how much she wants to pay and it goes directly to the bank and the bank just, what was that service about? Was her name Jenny?
Yeah, Jenny, the Jenny approved apps.
Yeah.
I love that too.
Yeah, that was awesome. Yeah. She was really cute and sweet, and I thought that was interesting, that whole banking thing that she does.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. There was a lot that I learned from that global bookkeeping thing. We'll have to do that again and bring if you can next year. I know it came at a bad time for a lot of people, especially the tax preparers.
Yeah.
But we had Mariette join us, and she joined us from several different places. Her office, when she was picking up the kids at a basketball game. I mean, she was like yeah.
I missed it. I guess I jumped off too soon.
Well, she came in at different points during the day. So that was one of the things nice about having it all day long. Everyone else.
Deborah.
Pardon me?
A little bit like Deborah coming in from the Disney World monorail.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
You know, I have a question. I have a client that's going to be doing inventory, and it's not going to be a lot of items. He sells guns, and they assemble the guns, and they're like AK-47s. They're called ARs. They're like the kind of guns those people use, the terrorists use. And it has about 9 parts to get put together, and they have choices of all the different, whether it's got a long muzzle or a short muzzle and things like that. So there'll be a lot of inventory assembly parts and a lot of inventory parts, but not too many. And I'm wondering, is there any reason to go to Premiere as opposed to Pro? And I think I'm just going to look at all the reports.
I would look at the reports, and I would say that you probably should do Pro, but I'm going to ask you, do you really want to keep inventory in QuickBooks at all? If it's just a few items.
No, that's the main reason he needs it. And I would say the desktop will handle it fine. I wouldn't do it in QBO.
So you're going to sell bullets?
I beg your pardon?
So you're going to sell bullets?
Is he going to sell bullets?
He didn't say anything about selling bullets. I had somebody else that's what they do, is they actually they reload bullets and that, but they didn't want to spend any money.
Hey, Sarah.
So
we're not hearing you, and you are not muted.
Hey, Sarah.
They're going to need assemblies?
I just looked at the clock. Sorry.
That's okay.
We had a telepathic meeting today that we were going to wear the same color.
Right.
Me and you,
I
Sarah.
need flashing lights or something.
Long time no see, Sarah.
I know.
Sarah, you are part of their little Zoom.
We pulled Sarah into a meeting today.
Actually, it started on, we were here Saturday, and we were working, and Sarah was,
I thought it was a crazy idea. I didn't believe them. I thought they were just screwing around.
She didn't. Yeah, she wanted to see for real.
Yeah, because I got this crazy Facebook post of looking for her. Joanne was looking for her co-working buddy. So I came over to the office and I jumped in, and Sarah was, wondering what that was all about.
I'm like, I want to play.
She was like, of course. I said, yeah, but we're working.
I'm like,
she didn't believe me. She didn't believe
no.
me.
Now, I have to warn you guys, if you ever decide to work with these gals and it's like Sunday night or Saturday night, 10 o'clock, you're in your pretty much sweats and no makeup and, you know, this one.
Screenshot.
We'll do a screenshot.
I have not tagged you on Facebook on it though. That was the best picture ever.
We were going to test our friendship.
I love that. That's our friendship.
Sarah, Misha's picture was worse than yours. So. And of course, I looked great because I knew I was taking the screenshot. So I was like,
you like got posted. So you got.
I love it.
But it, like, when you kind of talk about the concept of it, it sounds like it would not work at all because you'd be so distracted and you want to talk about crazy things. But actually, when you get into the zone of working and you're doing your thing and something pops up that when I'm here by myself, I talk to myself. I'll say something out loud. But
we were all talking to ourselves anyway, Misha.
Well, yeah, but it was more background noise to me than.
Well, I'm used to yelling down the hall. Hey, somebody, if that's how we sort of, Plus, Mark was out of town, and it really. I sort of liked having somebody in the room with me while I was working late.
Yep.
That was pretty cool. And it also kept me in my seat because I get restless and I pop up and then I go to the restroom and then I end up in the house and then I end up at the refrigerator and then by the time I come back, it's like, oh crap, it's been an hour. And this way it was like, oh no, they see my empty seat.
So you want to be
very interesting. And then you can hear the bloop, bloop, bloop from the QuickBooks posting. So it sounds like people are here working.
Yeah. But it's really cool. I mean, we mentioned it to Jan during the bookkeeping week, and so she's thinking about doing something like that for the ICD people.
Yeah. That would be
Did
awesome.
you record
Joanne,
any
is
of
that
the-
you?
Gina, did you record any of the Zoom meetings that you had?
I did. I have 2 of them up in our Facebook group.
Okay.
The one for Oregon was like absolutely. It turned out great, wonderful.
Did you have to edit me so much? Did you have to bleep me out a lot? I know
No, you were good. You were good.
Okay.
It was fun. You added some entertainment. It's a little adult entertainment. But
it was Mariette and her spacesuit foolishness.
Well,
Wink, wink.
So which Facebook group? I think I'm lost now.
Small Business Accounting Advisor.
It's on that one? Okay.
Yes, it's also on Jan's ICB USA, but I think you have to be a member to access that one. But
Yay.
Rebecca talks with her hands.
Oh, yeah.
As soon as I said that, she stopped.
I am so happy she joined us today. She's the CPA firm I was telling you about, Gina and Sarah.
Oh,
that's
okay.
the gal that I'm working with. Yeah.
Nice.
So,
We're happy to have her. Oh,
Yeah.
Are we still recording?
Yes, I'm going to stop here in a minute.
Okay, I won't say something until
Okay. Well, let's end it
we
here.
can end it.
Okay. See y'all next week. Same time, same place. Have a great weekend.
We meet again.